Heyo, this is YetiWhiskers and welcome back to some more modded Minecraft. We're playing Sprout, and oh man, am I having a blast. I love this thing. It is so much fun. Anyway, I have been digging a little bit of mining, and check this out. So my base is just up here. I've dug my way down, and through some caving, I found this down here, and I died instantly. Came up from the bottom and just instantly died, and I did it twice. But we have found a sleeping, luckily, frost dragon. So you can see there's all kinds of goodies in here. We've got chests and stuff. I haven't even come close to touching them because I'm afraid of it now. Over here, there's another mini boss, or maybe actually probably a big boss. And then we've got like another little cavern in here that's pretty awesome. It's got green grass that's growing and stuff. But check this out. I love this frozen stone. And grab some of this and slide around. Oh, it's just so awesome. These kinds of things. The detail. It's so awesome. So we're not going to go in here. If you look down close, you might be able to see, like, right here. There's diamond ore. We've got redstone, sapphires. Just all kinds of goodies that we can mine up and collect once we're geared up and ready to face this guy. He is just way... Oh, ice dragon. Ice dragon. Yeah, just way too tough for us. So let's go run up real quick to our base. It shouldn't be too much further up. Well, that's not true. It's a long ways up. Our base is like at Y level 160 or something like that. So we had to dig way down in order to get to diamond level. So it's been crazy. Lots of digging. Ah, the dragon's so awesome. There's actually some dragons that live around us up here as well. They're just not quite nearly as dangerous. They haven't killed me. That one down there, he just instantly killed me. Didn't even have a chance. Didn't even know what was going on for a while until I dug around a little bit more and saw him sleeping there, or her sleeping there. Anyway, super cool. I can't wait to take that thing on. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you would have seen me tweet out the picture of the dragon, and in the background you can see the other boss. Some giant, I don't know what, knight of some sort. Pretty intense stuff. So I'm just going to keep on hopping here for a minute so I can show you our little base area, and I've been doing a tiny bit, mostly just getting the ground ready for us to build, and we're not actually going to be doing that today. So let's see. You can see right here we are in a snow-capped mountain. This is the highest one I could find. If you listen, you can hear dragon wings, so not too far off. Yeah, just right here actually. There's a dragon, ice dragon, just chilling, hanging out with us out here. For some reason it's bugged out and frozen. Not too sure why. But there are some other dragons. There's actually an ice village down this way with some ice villagers. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So this was all the way up to like this, just knocking it down. So we have a base layer here for us to build our little house on. So now that we've got that little intro going, some things. Oh, hello, Mr. Hedgehog. I'm going to go this way, and I'll catch up with you. There's something like a little Easter egg I want to show you guys I found while I was exploring, so I'll see y'all in just a second. Alright, so we're coming in on it. You can see it's right by the snake mouth is what I've labeled it. But, oh, before we do that, thank you guys so much for the feedback last episode. I asked you what class we should be, and I believe the vast majority said some sort of miner or spelunker. So we are going to be doing the spelunker because it's got some defense bonuses. So I'm gonna choose it. Boop! And now we are a spelunker. So thank you guys a ton for your feedback on that. That was the one that the vast majority of people voted for. So I want to show you the snake mouth. We're not going in there because I know I'm not prepared to enter this little thing. But check this out. Isn't that awesome? Oh, so cool. The little snake eyes and the teeth. Last time I looked in here. Ow, spikes hurt us. Let's go take a peek real quick. See spawners. That's why we're not going to go in there yet. I'm nowhere near geared up. And it might take us a little while because... Let's take some spikes. Why not? Ow. Get this guy some dental work here. I'm not going in there. And we probably won't be geared up for a while because the only way that I know how to get geared up, I believe, because we're in scavenger mode, is through quests and finding things. So we will take all this. Okay, so that's not the Easter egg I was talking about. The one that we've been talking about is this guy right here. There is another one that I found earlier, but check this out. Okay, so pay attention. Let's see if you guys can guess what this is. We open the door. There are wolves everywhere. Tons and tons and tons and tons of them. I'm going to guess Well, there's probably more than 20, but check it out. And the sign says, "Take it easy." What do you guys think? Who is it? Ah? Any guesses? Direwolf 20. That'd be my guess. I thought there would be 20 of them in here, but I think there's more than that. Anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. So I found another one over there earlier, but all the wolves had escaped. CW20. And I found this one, I just left it closed because I think it'd be more fun to see all the wolves together. So that's pretty cool. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we are going to head off this way to the Stable Master. So about 400 blocks away. So I'll catch up with you once we get there. Alright, so here we are at the stable. I want to show you guys this real quick. This is one of the NPCs that have been made for the mod pack. You can check this out. Like, we've got the troughs over here for all these horses. This little guy over here. He's actually one of the NPCs you can trade with. So just ask if you're here for horse or horse accessories, and then he'll buy from you as well. But you can see if we're interested. We need some coins. We're gonna have to go find some NPCs, I think, to go get them. But he will also buy horse armor saddles and wheat if we have any of that. So we're gonna have to remember that in case we are interested in a horse. But I thought that was pretty cool. Wanted to show you guys that. Anyway, so we are actually going to head back to our base once more. Oh no! Oops. Anyway, so I will catch up with you once we get to the back to the base. So see you in just a second. And welcome back to the base. So I've been doing a little bit of exploring, and we found a village out that way, which is pretty awesome. In doing so, we found a helmet casing. And if you were to put, like, say, like this right here, boop, move these guys out of the way, and you put flint on the four sides like this, and you can get yourself a flint helmet. So that's how we're going to be getting, I think, our armor from here on out on the on Sprout. So what I'm going to do is I would like to get into Ars Magica 2. I think that's the first thing I want to get into. So if I can go find a pool, that will be the plan. So I'm going to go do some exploring real quick, and I'll catch up with you if I find one. If not, we'll be right back here. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, everybody. So we have found the Mystical Springs, or whatever this thing is called. Anyway, so in order to get started with this, all you need to do is place an item frame here. You place a book here, and you can see all the mana or magic is going into our book here. And then boom, just like that, fancy effects. And we have gotten ourselves the Arcane Compendium. So let's see, guides, our first spell. So to make a spell, you'll first need to create an Oculus and unlock at least one spell shape and one component. You start with 3 blue skill points to make this possible, then craft a writable book and head over to your inscription table. Place the book on the inscription table. So I'm not going to make you read through all of this, but I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and I'm going to craft up the things we need in order to get our very first spell. I'm also going to take this in our little bucket here. I brought one along just in case. And I'm going to grab a couple more. We're going to come back and grab some more. So I'm going to do that all off camera, and I'll catch up with you once we get back to our base and we can get into some Ars Magica. I'm pretty excited for this. I've never delved into this mod. All right, everybody. We've made it back after doing some exploring. We have also been gathering all kinds of resources for Ars Magica, and we have got things ready to rock and roll, I hope. So if we come down here, I'll show you where we're going. We're going inside because outside is brutal. There's these Selkie mobs that just destroy me left and right. I think I'm over 20 deaths now. So we're coming inside where it's a little bit less scary, and you can see I've already done some preparations for Ars Magica. So in order to get some spells going, the first thing you need to construct is the Oculus. So the recipe for that, you can see, been working on some stuff. Oculus. Real quick, and I know you guys can look this up in JEI, but just so you don't have to, you need glass, some stone bricks, you need blue topaz, and you need some coal. So this blue topaz you get just from mining, so that'll give you the Oculus. And then with the Oculus, you can come in here, and you start off with 3 blue skill points. And as you work your way through, using spells, gaining XP, through Ars Magica, you gain more and more skill points. And the further along you get, you work your way to green and red. So the first thing you need to do is select I believe it's a characteristic. Let's open up a spell book. I've already built one by now. I want to make sure I get these names right. So the first one is a shape. So you pick a shape. Projectile. There's 3 shapes that you can pick from. The first is projectile, which is what we've chosen. The second is self, and the third is touch. So you pick whichever one you want. Projectile is obviously shoots things out. The self one does things to you, and touch does things within your touch. So you can just right-click on things, and the spell will affect them. The next thing you need to do is to choose a component, I think it was called. Let's double-check that. Yep, a component. And from there, you unlock each of these using these skill points. So you look at the text, it's blue, so we use blue for each of those. So we choose physical damage, and then we chose fire damage for our first spell. So these are the components, and then you can also get modifiers. So like gravity, there's bounce, so it'll bounce off stuff as you shoot it. Different modifiers like that, and there are tons and tons and tons of different spells and modifiers and components, all kinds of stuff you can use. So that is the down and dirty, super simplified version of how the spell system works here with the Oculus. The next thing you need is an inscription table. And I got really lucky with this. I found an inscription table at a monastery. It was just sitting in there, so I yanked it. There's also a ton of potions in there. I yanked all those as well. But if you do want to make yourself an inscription table, it's actually not too terribly hard. I was planning on building one, but as I was exploring, I found one anyway. So all you need is some planks, some slabs, a torch, feather, this spell parchment, which is just a stick and paper. You're going to be needing this a lot in Ars Magica, so you'll get familiar with that for certain. The other thing that we need now is to get ourselves a crafting altar. So let's see. We're going to do that together, I hope. Okay, so let's put this crafting bench here. We're going to need a bunch of witch wood. We're going to need some stairs, I believe. Let's do... I think that should be enough stairs. So, inside the... Okay, so my Akashic Tome, you guys remember I didn't know what that was last time? I figured out what it is. It is a combination of a whole bunch of books. So if you go, boop. All you have to do is combine, like, for example, I've got the Arcane Compendium inside the Akashic Tome. You put it in your crafting window, combine it, and then it'll have all the books for you. So it's a pretty nifty little thing. So, anyway, inside the Arcane Compendium, you have structures down here. The crafting altar, we're not going to read through all of this. There's just a bunch of different things. So we're going to go through and build this layer by layer. So we need an area that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 5 area. Okay, so let's see. The last thing we need to do is to throw in the actual crafting altar piece here in the middle. Boop. And I think we may actually need some of these guys like so. Boom. Okay, so you can see because the crafting altar changed colors, I think we're safe. So the next thing we need to do is to actually throw our spell in here. So let's take a look at this. After you've crafted up you've decided what you want, you've unlocked what you need, you put a written book in here, so it's just a book and quill. Then you choose which ones you want, so like projectile, fire damage, and you can add a whole bunch of them in there and you can name it. So that's what we've done up to this point to get the fire projectile. And then if you go on to the third page, it'll tell you what you need. So here's all the items you need in order to complete the spell. So let's go over here. Boop, put this on there. And click done. So let's see, everything's working. Yes, everything is working. Oh, something is not working. The book is not doing the right thing. Okay, I think we're okay now. Yes. Okay, so started off, the first one you need, let's grab all of these supplies here. We need this and this, and we need this and these. Got the arrow, flint and steel, snowball. Okay, first thing we need to do is to put the blank rune in there. Boop. Okay, so now it's over here. If you look over here, it'll tell you what you need to do next. So we need to put 1 of the Ventium dust in. Maybe that didn't work apparently. Let's try that again. Put the Ventium dust in. Boop. Next, we need an arrow, which we have here. Boop. Then we need a snowball. A red rune. Flint and steel. Where'd that go? There it is. And lastly, another, well, not quite lastly, Ventium dust again. Then we need the spell parchment. Now you can see we have got ourselves our very first spell. So, check it out. First time you right click, you can rename it, and then you can also choose an icon for it. And there are tons and tons. So we're just going to pick one that looks kind of like a fireball. Call it good. How about this guy right here? Boop. Perfect. Hit escape. And now we have ourselves a spell. So if you look down... Oh, well, it all goes away. Anyway, there's the blue bar. That's our mana. And then the red bar is our cooldown for it. So let's go find a bad guy. Ow, ow. We just hit the ground too hard because we got attacked by a creeper. Okay, let's go find that real quick. Our death. This place is brutal, my friends. Very, very brutal. Okay, here's our stuff. Whoop. Okay, let's go and attack somebody. Let's get it. We're gonna have to repair all this. Okay, so if you just right click, you can see we've attacked the cow. Boom. Do it again. Come back here. Yeah. Very nice. Alright, so we've got our very first spell working, and it's working like a dream. Anyway, that's all I've got planned for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the episode. Sorry this last little section here was a little bit long. I apologize for that. But we've got ourselves into Ars Magica. And the next episode, we're going to be doing some more quests involving monks. So, hopefully we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks again so much, everybody. We'll see you later.